competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Bridgewater on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Check three. Check nickel. Check safety, check safety.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch. 25, check 25, check 25, check. Slam. Spot.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, check. 39. Get up.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say thanks because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Ready? You're not ready. You're not ready.
On second down, McCaffrey trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27.
Bridgewater to throw it. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Yeah. Was that the ending? Mike 45. It's a party now. Check 15. Check 15.
First down, Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week. Ian Thomas got pressed into action early his rookie season as all-pro tight end Greg Olsen went down with an injury. Ended up with 36 catches, and they definitely see him as the future once Olsen decides to hang it up and maybe become a broadcaster.
Check 45. Push him back. Push him back.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And Thomas has it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Ready? 53. Mike. Jardine. Switch.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Let's go. Pick it up, G. Hatch it. Slam. Check.
Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeVal. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 32, and a Panther first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. McCaffrey. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Watch the whip. You got time.
From the 27, Bridgewater. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit him, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First down. 1st and 10.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Don't get nervous.
On first down, Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like
and he's into the clear. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 20. Out. Bang. Got it. Mike spot 4. Wait.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe.
This time Ryan will throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Go ahead and take a seat. You can't stop me.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Bridgewater. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Takk McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
54, Mike. 54. Space. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got him.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. Blue 80. Mike 54. Hey, 59. Ready. Gun.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Pull it together.
Check. Crunch. 11. 33. Check flag 33.
Hey, they scared.
A give to Smith out of the gun. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Got it. You ready? I got you. 54, down. Dudes. Check 52. Showing up. Showing up. Shift. Kill. Check.
A first down carry for Smith. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle.
And 10 at the Panthers' 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. Alert flare. Got it.
They run. It's Gurley.
That's all right.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Hey, 58 is the money. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 58. Hey, wait. 58 is money.
On third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. So the first connection there, Ryan to Jones, and certainly a big reason they're losing on the scoreboard.
As they go as a connection, it's Pierce, so goes the team. And they need to be on the same page, in sync. And they really wish it could have been earlier in the game. Now they've got some ground to make up.
Now Gurley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Danny. Check 3. Hey, check. Under 10. 10.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Back. Check. Hey, walk it out.
They'll try run 4 with Smith. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
58.
Another try on second down with Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Ryan, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 18 on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded at the 8. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Throwing on second and long. Bridgewater, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. The Dolphins have moved out in front of the Jets. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Switch. 25, check 23. Slam.
To throw is Bridgewater. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's second down now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the QB.
Alert 3. 11.
Again they run with Gurley. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Check 15.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Check 24, check 24. Switch.
54, stop. Ready to go.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Rap. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, quick clear. 58 is a mic. Go 58 is the mic. 80 weapon. Come on, let's go. Check 26, check 26.
He's checking.
21. Hatchet.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Here we go.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check. Hot route. Hot. Kill. Turn it up.
51, down.
Switch.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Whip.
On first down, it's Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rush in. Check three. Check.
Hey, South.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he works free. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That's Greg Little, 2nd-round pick from Ole Miss. He's the guilty party.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
It's a party now.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Mike 27. And let's get this. Mike 27. It's going to be a long day.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Tighten up. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Play action now. Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Check it out, Mike 27.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
45, Mike, 45. Here we go, dude. Here I come.
McCaffrey on the counter. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And that'll set him back 5. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. McCaffrey following the penalty. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Bridgewater. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Mike, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight. And they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Panthers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
There ain't no time, is it?